All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Here we go. Son. 57 Mike. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Tight go.
A first down throw, Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Check 25. Check 20. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Check. Switch.
Here's Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. T.J. Watt, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack.
Check.
Third and long, it's Darnold. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
This is McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On second and 11 now. Darnold, and that is incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, and it'll bring up third down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Check three. Undercrush.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold, and that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Ready up. 55, Mike 55. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
on first down. Herbert, the screen pass here to Cohen. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Let's go.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hey, exit. Look at me. Score, score. Hit it.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
And Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
To throw on second down. Herbert, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. A pair of first downs gives him a first and 10 up at the 44.
They're running it. Hey, Charlie. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Herbert, he's going to air it out for Dorsett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Herbert. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football.
Don't get nervous. Go, go. 42, 42. Let's go.
To throw on third down. Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
On fourth down, Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I can be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
First down, a run with Cohen. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Here we go.
Hey, Alpha.
Mark 55. Drop deep.
2nd and 3. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Check 280. Check. Check out. And 80. Check.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they work this out past the 25. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed and the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. now. Waiting.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field. And really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free.
57, Mike 57.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
The throw by Darnold, hauled in by the tight end Herndon. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Bravo!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 38-yard line. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Darnold from the gun. He's got Smith here. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
You go tight. Man, Eddie. You got tight up there. Check 24. Check 24. Alert 3. Man, Eddie. Alert 3. 56 to Mike.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Watch the whip.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
To throw again. Herbert. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got one.
Now Hundley. This will be his first throw off the bench. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Throwing, Hundley. And he completes it to Cohen. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Got it.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Looking to throw. Herbert complete to Dorsett. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever.
Down. 60 or.
42's the mark. Rip right, rip right.
Let's go.
From the gun, Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. In for the score, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. He's going to fire one deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Hey!
Let's go.
Hey, Sam on. Cut. Shoot.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Off the right side here, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. Hey, box drop, box drop.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Hey, check right. Watching your five. Deep river.
Off the play fake. Herbert throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. Wide open receiver, complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Second and long. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Herbert. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Yep.
Mike 42.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 42. Hey, man. Watch.
Hit it.
On 4th down, Herbert is going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Check 15, check 15. Check 9, check 9.
Check safety, check.
Lady. Hey, high 7.
A final shot before the break, Darnold. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To throw on second down. Herbert. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
60 outlaw.
3 bucks, 3 bucks, 3 bucks.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey.
Mike, 55. Right there.
Shoot.
From the gun, Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. "51 yards on the punt there. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Fifth time. 57 to Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me. Slam.
Wait.
Switch.
Here we go.
Crackdown.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hey, over.
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Wild Bill.
On first down, it's Darnold. And this one caught by Max Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Mike 57. Here we go, D. Shit.
Man, Eddie. Check 37.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Slam. Check 43.
Now it's Darnold. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Will Fuller, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready up.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, Delta.
Check, 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 check.
Hey, check mine, check mine. Watching you five. Check, check, check. Go.
2nd and 5. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Watch twist. Watch.
Young lady.
Check 26, check 26.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Red 80. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
A first down throw, Darnold. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Oh, lady. Hey, team 6, team 6.
You're not ready. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
57. And 57 to Mike.
Darnold now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Check 55, Mike.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Herbert gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 70, Indy. You ready, Smooth? Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Who that? Hey,
on first down, Herbert. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Look at me, zipper. Go. Man. Now.
2nd and 3. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Pick it up, G.
Hey, Alpha.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Check. Crunch.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Bravo.
Hey, turn it up. Hey, lady.
Hey, check 24.
Now Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. And you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
New England on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, watch your leg. Go.
Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And that's caught inside the 35. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert going up top. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
60 outlaw.
I got you, boy.
Back to throw. Herbert. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? On 4th down, Herbert. And that is incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Switch. Switch. Check. 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 Kill.
Lady. Hey, Haywood.
Hey, defense, let's go. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Check.
Darnold on first down. Throw complete to Herndon. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They'll run with McCaffrey. A beautiful fake. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike 57, Mike 57.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Lady.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Young lady.
57. Mike 57.
Now it's Darnold. Buying time to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, lady. Hey, box truck.
Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back. Check. Lucky.
Hey, lady.
Check. Check. Hot route. Hot. Jim.
He'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Here we go.
Check 4.
Young lady.
Sit.
Hey, lady.
Sit down.
Hey, wahoo.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Darnold. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Watch the twist.
Check 52, lady.
Sponge.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
What? Squeeze. Clear.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Get it.
The give to Cohen. He heads right. And I think this defense knew what was coming, as he is smothered behind the line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee.
A loss of 1 on the play makes it 3rd and 17.
Down. 70. Indy.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Pats, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.